Welcome back, everybody. When we last left our heroes, we were finishing up linear inequalities in two variables. We did linear inequalities in one variable first, and then we did two variables, and I left the last graph I had up here on the Desmos calculator, a lovely purple shade, where you could remember that it was greater than or equal to, because it was a solid line shaded above. Today we're going to see what happens when we have two lines and two graphs and two shadings at the same time. We are technically doing this assignment again, which is why it says again. We did it way earlier in the year, so it might be the kind of thing that you've forgotten. A lot of you are new to my class since then as well, so this will be for the first time. So I'm going to explain it to you like it's the first time. So hit preview, or in your case, attempt quiz now. And as you have it load, like mine's taking a little bit to load, make sure you have this Desmos calculator up and running, because we are definitely going to need it today. All right, so you'll notice immediately that we have two equations with two inequalities, one that's a greater than and one that's a less than. First thing I'll remind you is if they have no bars underneath, no equal to, just like this one has over here, if there's no bars, then everything's going to be dotted, just like these two graphs here. And you can see that when we start entering our equations. Start entering your equations to number one. Notice again I'm using a little slash for fractions. Hopefully you've gotten really good at that over these assignments. Now, I want to teach you something right away after I get done typing this in. I've explained it in class before, but it's really important. We care, just like when two lines intersect is the solution to the two equations, we care about where the shadings intersect. And right now at my picture, I see there's a purple shading, I see there's a red shading, and then I see there's like a murky, darker red shading. It's very confusing. So pay close attention right now. There's this gear button right here that I'm pointing to. Hit that. And then you could hit the color of each of these equations, change one of them to blue and one of them to red, so that when you hit done and you click back, it will be very, very easy to see where your lines cross. And I've even done, if you click up at the blue graph too, I think that's the easiest. Because now you can see a very big distinction between blue, red, and a purple shade. We only care about the purple shade. And again, if you want to know where any point is, including this one, you click on it, 2 to 0. And now I can look over and match my shading just with the purple one and look immediately at this first one. They match. This is exactly where the purple shade is. It's at 2, 0. This is the point 2, 0. So for me, it's the first one. It's not shaded above. It doesn't have solid lines. It's not shaded to the left. Again, no solid lines, so it's got to be that one. So remember, dotted and solid and purple. Sometimes these colors will change on you, so be careful, because you might need to go back and change one of them to red and one of them to blue again. But I'm just going to try and replace my equations each time and hope that that keeps the same colors so I don't have to do this. So now I've got negative 4/3 x plus 4, and I've got 3/4 x plus 4. And let's check my inequalities too. My first one now is greater than, my second one's less than. Okay, so those are the same. That's nice. And then I click up to the blue one, like I said. All right, now we have my purple. Oh, is this the first one again? 0, 4. Oh my gosh, it is. It's matching perfectly with my first one again. That's lucky. Do you guys out there have it matching your first one as well? All right, 2 for 2. Number 3, once again, has the same inequalities. Greater than and then less than, so I can leave that. I can just replace the numbers here. So negative 2x plus 1. Is it going to somehow be the first one 3 in a row now? Let's see. 1 over 2 minus 4. Clicking up to the blue. No, it's not the first one for me again, because it's not up and to the left. Now the purple is down and to the right. And again, everything's dotted. Oh, there it is. Down and to the right. And everything's dotted. For me, it's the third one. And finally, on number 4, our inequalities change. So I'll have to update them. So now I have a less than or equal to with 3x minus 10. So for the first time, I have a non-dotted line. Look at this blue solid line that's right there. And I need to change this inequality too because it's greater than negative 2x plus 5. And by just changing the numbers and inequalities and not deleting them, it appears as though my blue and red color has stayed the same. So if I keep clicking on my blue one, there's my purple again. And I want to find one just like this first one that has a solid line here and a dotted line here. I just want the shading to be on the right instead of the left. And let's find it. Boom! There it is, the last one. Solid, dotted, shaded on the right. Good to go. Halfway done. Okay. Now the inequalities are almost the same. I just have both going to be solid lines. So I had to change my bottom one to a solid line. This one is one that really confuses people if they forget about the dotted and solid thing, because there's two of them that are going to look the same, but one's going to be dotted and one's going to be solid, and people often miss that. So make sure you're just choosing the ones with two solid lines if you're like me and you have them. And click in the blue again. You can see the purple perfectly matches in the middle. Oh, hey! Yeah, it's the first one for me again. Because you have your two solid lines, and it's shaded in that little thin section in the middle, going up and to the right. See, that one's dotted right there in green, so it's close, but not the same, because it's not solid lines. 3 more to go. Okay, so number 6, this one is also a little visually confusing. We've got greater than 1, and we've got greater than negative 3. Clicking again in the blue, so you'll notice everything is shaded above, but then the purple is only shaded above the top dotted line. So we want 2 dotted lines with the shading on top. We have some that have no shading, like the second one. These are vertical, these are vertical, these are vertical. It's this last one where the shading is only on top of the second one. A little tricky, but totally worth following again. 2 more. We're going to have dotted or solid. Oh, 1 solid, 1 dotted. So the top one will be solid with a slope of 1/3 and a y-intercept of negative 5. And the bottom one is shaded below with less than, dotted line. Up 5/3, but to the left, negative slope, plus 1. And this looks a little off. Oh, I forgot next there. There we go. Nah, it looks better. Okay, so I need a solid line, a dotted line. This point where it touches is going to be 0, negative 5. Okay, it looks a lot like this first one. Let's just make sure that none of the other ones look similar. Nope, it's got to be the first one for me again. And it's purple! My favorite color. Yay, purple. Alright, final one. Both dotted, because there's no equal to line on this one. Negative x is simply just crosses at 0 and goes up 1 over 1 to the left with a negative slope. And 2x has a slope of positive 2 and a y-intercept of negative 9. And if I click on that blue graph again, I see I've got both dotted, shaded at the bottom. And it is, what did let's see. Oh, I know this is supposed to be a greater than sign. And there it is. Okay. Yay, it's purple again. Right? This looks like the point 3, negative 3. Yep, that's exactly where it's supposed to be. All right. 8 for 8. A double Wendy's 4 for 4. Finish. Submit and submit. So the first 3 lessons of Integrated 3 for the fall are all done now. Our graphing inequalities lessons. We're going to have something a little different next time. But hopefully you enjoyed these 3 lessons here. As always, I hope this finds you safe, happy, healthy, and well. This has been Class Away from Class, your virtual teacher, Dylan. Until next time, have a great day.